We will have a discussion on the current state of negotiations with the United States. I will say that, as you are aware, our senior ministers, my chief of staff, myself, were engaged in continuous discussions. Minister LeBlanc will be reinforcing those discussions over the next few days in Washington with the United States.
What if I told you the latest big-name U.S. products aren't being made in America anymore? They're quietly being built just north of the border in Canada. Over the past few months, major American brands, from autos to tech, have been moving parts or even full production lines to Canada. This isn't hype. It's tied to tariffs and a growing campaign to buy Canadian. Clear, factual in February 2025. President Trump slapped 25% tariffs on Canadian goods and 10% on energy, igniting a full-blown trade war. By March and April, Canadian manufacturers, from autos to machinery, were reacting fast. Step 1. Trump's tariffs, March 4, 2025, hurt cross-border supply chains. Step 2. Fearful U.S. firms began shipping parts or moving production north. Example, North Carolina's power curbers raced to move two $350 million machines into Canada before tariffs hit. Automakers like GM and BMW shifted operations to avoid costs. Tariffs weren't just political theater. They forced companies to rethink geography. Canada offered tariff-free access under USMCA. Tariffs weren't just political theater, were a jolt to the global economic system. When Trump slapped tariffs on imports from allies and adversaries alike, he wasn't just flexing muscle, he was rewriting the trade playbook. Suddenly, US-based companies had to rethink their entire supply strategy. American firms began quietly scouting new manufacturing bases, places that offered access to the US market without the baggage of Trump's trade war. Why Canada emerged as a clear winner. USMCA advantage under the revamped NAFTA. Now the USMCA, Canada retained duty-free access to US markets. Goods made in Canada could still enter the US tariff-free. Skilled workforce. Canada's focus on education and tech investment built a talent pool capable of high-quality production, especially in EVs, pharmaceuticals, and clean tech. Clean energy appeal. Many companies wanted to reduce carbon footprints. Canada's green grid, with over 80% from renewables, sweetened the deal. Then came the public backlash. Trump's branding of Canada as cheaters and taking advantage didn't sit well north of the border. Supermarkets introduced by Canadian aisles, chains swapped out US products, and across social media, hashtags like #BoycottUSA surged. Let's talk consequences, because the ripple effects are real. US supply chain volatility, logistics costs spiked, customs delays increased. With trade bureaucracy now a headache, companies began routing operations through Canada, treating it as a gateway. Canada's job market is booming. Major cities like Hamilton, Montreal, and Windsor are seeing a revival in industrial jobs. Companies like Magna and Bombardier reported an increase in contracts from U.S. partner. Cities near the U.S. border are witnessing many manufacturing booms. Real estate is surging in regions like Southern Ontario and Manitoba as firms set up. Some U.S. lawmakers are now criticizing Trump's trade policy as reckless. A bipartisan group recently pushed for tariff relief measures to prevent further manufacturing flight. Meanwhile, consumer advocacy groups in the U.S. are calling out rising product prices. Where was it made? This question has become a political litmus test. Here's something that'll make you smile or shake your head. In 2025, Canada's answer to America's hardline policies went viral. A bakery in Vancouver created Trump Tarts, a not-so-subtle twist on the iconic Pop-Tart. The box? A caricature of Trump with the tagline, "Overheated, overrated, beyond memes and merchandise." Consumer tech joined the movement. MapleScan hit 5 million downloads, letting users instantly detect if a product was sourced outside Canada. Social platforms pushed influencers to show off their Canadian haul, from clothing to kitchenware. Even music artists got in on the act. In protest, a popular band released a hit single titled "Trade You Later," mocking the trade war. It climbed Spotify Canada's top 10 in under a week. Today, the headlines may say trade talks resume, but under the surface, it's a tale of divergence. emergence. Canada's economy is leaning into resilience, building out advanced manufacturing hubs, localizing supply chains, and investing in AI-enhanced logistics. Ottawa has pledged over $3.2 billion Canadians toward next-gen manufacturing initiatives. Meanwhile, U.S. firms are divided. Some are lobbying Washington to ease tariffs and restore trade normalcy. Others are doubling down on Canadian partnerships, prioritizing proximity over politics. What lies ahead? A possible bilateral tech trade agreement is under discussion, focused on semiconductors and EV batteries. Canada's new friend-shoring policy is attracting partners from Europe and Asia, offering tariff-free deals in exchange for long-term investment. Analysts call it the North Star Doctrine, Canada becoming a bridge economy between U.S. markets and global suppliers. So, is Trump really gone mad? Or is this the latest chapter in a new economic world order? Whatever side you take, these policies have triggered something bigger, a cultural, economic, and identity shift across North America. From the labels on your groceries to where your car was assembled, the effects are right in front of us. America is reassessing its global footprint. Canada is ascending in a way few predicted. So we ask again, what are you buying into? Are you sticking with American made, or is the Canadian seal your new badge of quality? Tell us in the comments. Let's get the conversation going. And hey, if you want more breakdowns like this, where policy meets people, hit subscribe, tap the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.